So I decided after a few hundred hours, I just got into the game recently and I've just been playing a ridiculous amount of Tarkov. I know you guys could probably relate. I decided to put together 5 things that I wish I knew when starting the game. There's actually more than 5, but we're only gonna talk about 5. So let's get into the video. What's up everybody and welcome back to the X-Villain Hideout. If you guys have never been here before, my name is Ghost. We haven't really dove into Escape from Tarkov content yet because I wanted to make sure I had some familiarities. Let's use a different word. I wanted to make sure that I was familiar with the game before I decided to just throw some videos out for no reason. So with that being said, these are the things that I wish that I knew. For those who are new, very quickly, this is a channel where we talk about the games we play, the lives we live, and how we can look for ways to help each other be better than we were the day before. Better than yesterday is the motto, one stream at a time, one day at a time. If you guys feel like you vibe with that, I hope you'll stick around for the video and for many more to come, because the next video is going to be the top 10 keybinds for beginners. So that should be a good one as well. So without further ado, let's go. Alright guys, we are getting right into the video. We're gonna say the 5 things I wish I knew before starting Tarkov. Now, let me just be very clear. This is not your average game. Number 1 things I wish I knew was you will die. Now, let's just talk about this real quick because I feel like this isn't talked about enough, that at every level, no matter how good you are, no matter what gear you run, you will die. And especially in the beginning, when you have the worst of the worst, you don't know the maps, you haven't really gotten to too many gunfights for the mechanical gun skills to be evolved yet. Like, you are gonna die, and you're gonna die terribly, you're gonna die a lot, and you're not gonna know most of the time where those shots are even coming from until you spend more time in this game. But I want you to know this is not Call of Duty, this is not Apex Legends, this is not Overwatch. There are so many games that this is not. This is definitely its own game when it comes to this aspect. This is like, even my veteran friends who are level 40 plus get one-tapped. Like, and sometimes it's like the craziest encounter. Like, I remember we were pushing back of Big Red. Some of you don't even know where that's at. It's a part in customs. And we're pushing behind this building. Mind you, there's no sound, there's no nothing. We're kitted, getting ready to wreck people in this map, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I pass by a regular bush, and we make jokes about it to this day. I passed by a regular bush and got completely demolished from some dude that was sitting in a bush, popped out, and just mowed me down. I had no idea he was gonna be there. I didn't see it coming, but that's the kind of stuff that happens in Tarkov. So just be patient. I promise you, this game is still worth it, but you have to know ahead of time. Don't be upset. There's no shame when you die, because in the beginning, you are gonna die a lot. And just so you feel better, let's go ahead and show a couple times where I die, like right here. And, oh, right there. And, yep, right there. Here's another one for you guys. And there we go. There you go. See? Everyone dies. Number 2 is patience wins. This isn't Call of Duty. Now, let me give some context real quick, because all the Call of Duty players are gonna dismiss me and be like, oh my gosh, he's making fun of Call of Duty. It actually takes skill to play. I agree with you. I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 3, since before there was even an online mode available, but this isn't Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty. I think it's a great game, and I think it takes skill to be good. But the reason why I'm comparing it to Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is more of an arcade style run and gun, for the most part, shooter. It's less patient, a little bit less methodical when it comes to your plays. As long as you know the maps really well and you have loadouts that you really trust, in Call of Duty you can completely wreck people. This game, you will get wrecked if you run and gun. There's so many things you have to be careful of, like when it comes to the audio cues of the game and being loud, being patient, waiting it out, making sure that you're not pushing into an area that has a bunch of guys waiting for you. This game is based on patience, and I think one of the biggest things of coming into this game for me, coming from games like Apex Legends and Call of Duty and Overwatch, is I was used to a more fast-paced style of a shooter, and I would come in here and I would just die because I'd be running around instead of like walking slow and creeping and being more methodical. I would rush buildings, I would push past doors, I'm not checking my 6, I'm not checking my right, my left, any of that stuff, guys. And this game is very rewarding to patient players. So be patient, and I promise you, you will get better at this game. Listen and be alert. Number 3 of the things I wish I knew is ammo matters a lot. The ammunition you guys use in your gun actually matters in this game. And sometimes you think just because a round is a little bit more expensive in the beginning, definitely I would recommend looking up charts, because just because it's slightly more expensive than another ammo doesn't mean that it's a lot better. It doesn't mean that you're gonna do what you wanna do. There's different ammo in here that we're gonna go into in another video, but there is gonna be different ammunition that you want for more damage, like flesh damage, and there's gonna be different ammunition that you want for more penetration for armor. So depending on what ammo you have is going to depend on where you're shooting your target, how you're taking them down and winning that fight. You can't just grab whatever and put it into a gun. It's actually better in this game to have a trash gun with really good ammunition than to have a really good Chad-like gun with terrible ammunition, which we've come across before, where you totally hit this big O Chad and you think like, oh my gosh, I came up, and then you begin to unload all 4 of his 60 round magazines just to realize that he's running trash ammo. He has a $600,000 gun, $200,000 gun, and all of his ammo is just very, very cheap, and then you begin to realize why he's on the ground and you're not. It's also reversed a lot of the time, where I'm on the ground and they're looking at me. So it goes both ways, but make sure that you guys run good ammunition. I'm gonna go ahead and link some stuff down below, like an ammo chart and some other things that you guys can find useful as well. Number 4, things I wish I knew, is more keybinds. I went into this game not really looking at all the different keybinds there is. Well, there's a lot of them. And I really think that you guys, as a new player, should be looking at these keybinds because they're gonna help you. Things like checking your ammunition, things like changing your sight. If you pick up something that you can switch between sights, where you can change magnification on your scope. So if you pick up a 6x scope and it's in the 6x position and you want it to go to the 1x position, you're not gonna know that unless you check the different keybinds you have. How you can bind things to your pocket and rigs, essentially what everything else is used for. Definitely check keybinds because there's a lot of them in this game. Number 5 is map knowledge wins more fights than gun mechanics. And so you can come into this game and be a great gamer and have great mechanical skill, but until you learn the maps, you're gonna continue to get run by people, whether they're better than you mechanically or not, if they know the maps better, because there's a lot of ins and outs and lines of sight that you just don't know are there until you get killed by them over and over. There's a part on the customs map where starting off, I was holding down a hole in the wall that pushes into construction, and I didn't know that there was another hole in the wall just feet behind me because it's covered by bushes. But people who know that that's there and see that I'm holding only one line of sight can come up right behind me and kill me. And it happened to me multiple times until I realized, wow, there's actually a hole right here that you can go through the bushes into the street. So it's things like that that will help you in fights. Knowing vertical gameplay where you can jump down from stairs, where you can jump out of a window and come up behind people, what bushes lead to what. There's so many areas where you can have different lines of sight, so knowing maps is extremely important for winning more fights and staying alive longer. Well guys, that wraps it up for this video. I really appreciate you guys coming by and watching the video. I hope that it helped you. If it did, make sure you smash that like button. If you guys want to see more Tarkov content on this channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a video. The next video is going to be the 10 keybinds I think are essential for beginners. You're not going to want to miss it. Also, you can find me live on twitch.tv/xvlnghost. I would love to see you guys live by the stream. Maybe we can get some raids in very soon. And lastly, I think that you guys should definitely check out the Discord because there's 200 plus like-minded individuals there waiting to play. I know there's a lot of people that don't like to solo queue, don't like to solo raid. Tarkov community in that Discord is definitely growing, as well as Apex Legends, Valorant, and some other games that are prominent in the Discord. So make sure you stop by, make some friends, and then you guys can run some raids together as well. Oh, sorry. I know that I said that was the last thing, but this is the last thing. I'm also going to be posting daily content on TikTok and Instagram. Those will all be down in the description below for like small tips within a minute that I can give to either new players or just things that I figure out in the game that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So make sure that you can follow me there as well. Be patient, be alert, and good luck on your raids. I hope you guys have an amazing day or night depending on where you're at in the world. Good luck on your raids, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. I only got to level 7 on the last wipe. I played for 3 days, and then there was a wipe that I had no idea was gonna happen. Everyone was like, "Are you ready for the wipe?" And I'm like, what do you mean the wipe? I just started playing 3 days ago. Like, oh, all the stuff you're doing isn't gonna count.
they wipe everything.